Hello, my name is Terry. I want you to first come into the Hero's Pose. Hero's Pose is a very simple stretch. You're sitting on the heels of your feet. It's a nice stretch for the joints in the knees. So just come to Hero's Pose. If that feels uncomfortable for you, you can take a block and just sit on it. If there's tension in the ankles or the feet, just use that prop. So it's not necessarily a yoga practice that I'm going to guide you from, but just some fundamental stretches, some go-to ones, my favorite ones. Particularly this practice that I'm going to give you would be good at the end of your day, at the end of a run, bike, or cardio workout, or any type of exercise to stretch out. Okay, so I'm going to use this initial position that I've got you in to just ground ourselves, to connect to the body and the breath. So the mind and the body is connected through the breath. So just taking a few deep breaths here. You can tuck the tail, lengthen through the quads a bit more. So I'm going to quickly transition from this position into the child pose. I'd like you to bring your knees the width of your mat, sit onto your heels, tuck the tail under, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips off the heels, and then we're going to tuck the tail and just soften the arms to start, soften the shoulders. So initially, just letting the shoulders melt, let the body relax, and come into some deep breath cycles. The forehead center, the third eye chakra, between the two eyebrows, is grounded, just to bring focus to that space. Now from child pose, I'm going to just modify it, extending the arms really long. Reach forward with all 10 fingertips, and then come onto the 10 fingertips, tenting the palms of the hands, and just do a little nudge back, pushing the hips down towards the heels. Deep breaths in, deep breaths out. So it's really important to start with that inner focus, having no expectations, no judgment for what is about to come or what expressions that you're going to get yourself into. From here, let's come into hands and knees. And I'm going to come into a flossing of the spine, the cat-cow. The cat stretch is a separation of the shoulder blades, a pushing into the palms, like the palms want to slide forward, but they're not going to actually move. And then an inhalation, the palms are sliding back, intending them back, but not actually moving them. So use the arms to facilitate an intense stretch through the upper back in the cat. Lift the chin, lift the tail if you had a tail. And we'll do 3 more. Exhale, engage the core, straighten the arms. Inhale, draw the hands towards the knees. Okay, let's do 2 more. Okay, we're going to take the right arm up, open up through the right shoulder, and then bring it down, threading the needle as you extend the right arm over to the left side of your mat, firmly pressing the back of the hand into the floor. And finding that sweet spot on the head, the side of the head, tuck the chin in towards the arm. And using your left hand, play with that to push a little bit more weight into the shoulder. Coming out of that, extract the right arm back up to the sky, and then lower it down. Let's take the left arm up, open up the shoulder, and slide the left arm underneath the straight right arm, firmly pressing down into the back of the hand. Find that sweet spot on the side of the head, tuck the chin, either keeping the right fingertips to the floor or bringing it up and behind. You can even bind with that right fingertips, grasping a hold of the inside of the thigh on the left side. Oh. Okay, release that. Bring the left arm up and return it down to the floor. From here, we're going to just walk the arms forward, keeping the hips stacked over the knees. We're coming into the melting heart pose. So tuck the tail, protect the low back, reach the arms straight like you're doing a down dog, then lower the forehead down any amount towards your mat. It could go all the way or halfway, or tucking the tail. So really excellent stretch for the thoracic spine here. Keep the breath moving. Keep the low back protected by tucking the tail under. Then walking the hands back up underneath the shoulders. Okay, let's go into a stretch now for the hip flexor. We'll step the left foot forward. And we'll start with the right hip flexor. So, here we're going to press the top of the foot into the back of the mat. Make sure the knee is over the heel to keep the knee protected. And then bring your hands to the hips, just a little bit more weight, tucking the tail, hands to hips. And then bring your arm to cactus shape. Stack the palms on palm, head pressing into the palm. Open up the chest, coming back any amount. And then lower the hands down, frame the front foot. We're going to take that front foot and walk it over to the corner of the left side of your mat. Then slowly begin to straighten the knee. Press the foot firmly down. So we're stretching out through the top of the foot, top of the shin. Okay, a little massage forward and back. Just do a few more movements like here. Dynamically stretching through the front of the foot and bring it back. Okay, now we're going to flex the front foot. Move your body back to sit on the back heel. Flex the front foot, lengthen through the back line, and reach up with the arms and lower down into a forward fold. So forward folds are predominant at the end of your day, just to release, relax, to get into that letting go. All right, so come up here. Put the two hands into the inside edge of that front foot. Bring the right knee a little bit further over. We're just going to massage the front hip by drawing circles with the knee around the ankle. A few times here. Go one way, go the other way. Let's do 3 rotations. Take your time with it. Keeping knee mostly stacked over the heel. All right, excellent. Okay, bring hands and knees to table. And now before we do the other side, we're going to see how that feels. Bring the index finger on each hand parallel to the long edge of your mat. So that's going to result in the hands slightly turning out. Elbow creases are facing forward. Bend the knees. Hover the knees off the floor. Then slide back, drop the rib cages to your thighs, look at your toes, straighten your arms, and then straighten your legs into your first down dog. So enjoying the lengthening of the spine, the lengthening of the hamstrings into your upside down feet here. Feel free to make any movement that your body is resonating to do. Paddling the feet, coming up onto your big toes, all 10 toes, and releasing. Okay, drop down, hands and knees. We'll now take the right foot forward to stretch out the left hip crease. Knees stacked over heel. Press into the top of the foot. Tuck the tail under, coming up a little bit deeper. So the hands can be on the hips, or a little bit more intense, the hands could be on the buttocks, the sacrum. Keep the tail tucked. I'm going to reach up with the two arms. Inhale. Exhale, cactus the arms, and coming into this back bend, just a gentle back bend to opening the heart, open the shoulders. Then frame the front foot. Taking the two hands to the inside edge, walk the foot to the right corner, then straighten the leg. Pressing down into the pad of the big toe, opening up the front of the foot. And just a few dynamic movements here. We'll come forward and back a few times. Now flex the foot, slide back, sit back. So you're sitting onto the heel of that left foot. Reach the arms up and over, or even if that's uncomfortable, any way you'd like to, get into a forward fold. So quite long through the back line of the leg into the hamstring. Keep the breath moving. Draw the belly in to make a little bit more space to fold a little bit deeper. All right. From that hamstring stretch, come up. Maybe toe ball heel that right foot out just a little further. Coming into the high gecko. So high gecko, we're going to start to draw little circles with the knee around the ankle, going one way and then back through the other. Circle the knee around, massaging the ball and socket joint of the hip. Okay, excellent. All right. Okay, from here, we'll come into our second down dog. Spread the hands widely, activate. Index fingers at 12 o'clock, parallel to the long edge of the mat. Elbow creases are facing forward. Bend the knees, hover the knees, and then take your second down dog. Now bending the knees, lift the sitting bones, a little higher to the sky, hips up high, chest low. Then try to tuck the chest a little bit at the very end through the upper arms. A little cobra stretch there at the end. And then we'll just walk the feet back into a plank, dropping the knees to the floor, and then coming down, lowering the body all the way to the floor. All right. We'll take the fingertips, we'll tent them, take them in line with the shoulders, coming into the modified cobra. We'll press the fingers to the thumb on each side there, coming up into a cobra on the inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Two more like this. And then one more. Okay, completely release the body to the floor. Bring the fingertips underneath the shoulders. Keep the feet parallel. Lengthen the right leg, lengthen the left leg. We're going to come into the Sphinx pose. So Sphinx pose is one of my go-to stretches, meaning it's a good stretch to do every day. We're going to rock the hips side to side, and then move the lower body and upper body, move the body forward by about 6 inches. This will just really allow you to ground and root into the pubis bone. Poke the elbows to the hips, draw the hips to the elbows, activate the legs, press into the little toe side of the feet, press the palms firmly in, bring the elbows in towards each other and dial the hands outward without actually moving them. And just relax here in the Sphinx pose. Soften the gluteals, just let the low back come into this stretch. The natural curve of your low back, this is your counter chair sitting posture. We sit in a chair a good deal of the day. This is the counter stretch to reactivate the low back. Now this is a fairly intensive low back stretch, but if you want a little bit more intensity, dial the arms out slightly, walk them forward into a V shape, and then bringing the arms, the hands back, equal, coming up into a little higher option for your low back. Let the glutes release, soften the glutes, and then let's lower everything down. We're going to take a counter stretch for that expression, coming into a second child pose. Option to bring the arms to the side, and if you do take that option, interlace the fingers. Make a fist, and then bring the arms up and over the mid-back. Or just relax the arms to the side. Alright, we'll come back to prone position. You come into a quadricep stretch. Our quads get us through the day, and they take up, and if we're doing any exercises, running, biking, the quads get quite a workout. So I'm going to bring my left forearm parallel to the long edge of the mat, or you could equally well just leave it where it is. This is a bit more grounding. I'm just going to grab my back foot. I'm going to tuck my knee in, try to align the knee with the hip. So don't wing out the leg that you're stretching. So we got a back bend going with a quad stretch. Now I'm going to release the body down to the mat, just so I can focus a little bit more on the quad. We'll take the back bend out of this expression. Now this is the right leg. I like to bring my right ear to the floor, and I like to bend the left knee and wing it out slightly. So option to take those two extra expressions. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, draw it in, but resist the heel coming into the sitting bone. Squeeze the gluteal on that exhale. Hip flexor opening and quadricep lengthening. And then hold it for 2 more breaths. The best quad stretch, and then let it go. Okay, let's repeat that now with the other side. So we'll take my right forearm parallel to the short end of the mat, or you could keep it there equally as well, and grab the back foot. Draw the knee inward rather than outward. Here the option is to stick the elbow up, hand on the top of the foot, keeping the breath. And then let's take the back bend out. Just let the body melt down onto the mat. Initially start with knees drawing in, and then take the left ear to the floor, look to the right, and wing out the right knee. Inhale, lengthen the heel slightly away. Exhale, draw it in. Okay, 3 more deep breaths here. On the exhale, squeeze the gluteal, press the hip crease open, lengthen the thigh. And 1 more here. Okay, good. Okay. All right, we're going to come up into hands and knees. And I'm just going to come into a primal squat. So primal squats, if that's not doable for you, I'm going to show you the modification. Modification primal squat is just a forward fold with legs wide apart. If you're okay with the primal squat, walk the feet a little wider than the shoulders, turn the toes out, keeping the heels to the floor, and then hanging out with thumbs to the heart, pressing elbows to inner knees and inner knees into elbows. So this is a really excellent hip opener, and it's also a compression into the internal organs here, just trying to assist in the digestive process. Keep the breath moving. And then we're just going to come down into a seated posture. We'll just bring the two legs out in front of us, flex the feet, walk the heels of the feet forward, walk the sitting bones backwards. Our first stretch here will be just a regular forward fold from this staff pose. Lift and lengthen through the waistline. As you exhale, draw the belly in, release the hands to the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, hold. So as I mentioned, forward folds are really excellent releases at the end of your day. So I'm going to take another forward fold straight away here. I'm going to bring the feet to a diamond shape. I'm going to push into the hands to lift the sitting bones and tuck them, or shift them back to tuck the tail under. We'll do a second forward fold here. It's going to be a little deeper with the hamstrings out of the equation. So I like to bring my hands to my feet, not forcing, but allowing that little nudging to come into a bit deeper expression. And then bringing the feet in a little closer into cobbler, as close as you can get the heels of the feet to the sitting bones, and then close the gap even more by walking on your sitting bones. Then take the thumbs to the inner arch of the feet, press the elbows down, lift the chest up, and forward fold here. All right, let's keep the right leg exactly where it is, extend the left leg. And then taking a twist to the bent knee side, we'll fold over that straight leg, reaching the back arm up and over any amount. Shoulders are stacked. So this is a stretch for the kidney meridian, the low back, the QL. Keep the breath moving, feeling this deep side bend. Okay, come back up, take that same foot, the right foot, and step it over the left. We're going to take a twist to the bent knee side, either keeping this left leg straight or folding it under. So whether you fold it under or not is entirely up to you. The goal is to have both sitting bones onto the grounded and rooted into the mat. We'll lengthen the arms up. We'll use the arms to help twist the spine to the bent knee side. Exhaling. At the end of your exhale, take the left arm, press it into the right knee, and use your right arm to help dial that twist. So it's not important to twist the neck, but you could stretch out the eyes over that right shoulder. So it's a hip opener and a twisting of the spine and a squeezing of the internal organs. So 3 benefits there. Lengthen on the inhale, twist deeper on the exhale. Okay, let's take the counter stretch for that, just to open up to the open side. All right, excellent. So let's come back into staff pose. This time we'll take the right knee, or the left knee here. plug in the left foot into the inner right thigh. And you can angle this knee out any amount, playing with your angle here, trying to get a 90 degrees between the front leg and the bent knee. We'll reach up with both arms. Exhale, forward fold. Janusharasana here. And then we're going to take our twist, our side bend from that, reaching the left arm up and over. Keep the breath moving. Keep the shoulders stacked here. So you don't want to fold over that straight leg if it means collapsing that top shoulder over the front. Okay, let that go. So into the twist, we'll take the left foot over the right. We'll be twisting to the bent knee side. Either go right into the twist or take that front foot, fold it under. If you tried it on the other side, you can try it on this side. But we're not symmetrical beings, we're very asymmetrical. So you might have an issue with one side or the other getting the sitting bones to ground. There's a little bit of elevation, that's fine. We'll bring both arms up. We'll use the arms to help twist the spine to the bent knee side. At the end of your exhale, take your right arm, anchor it, either flagpole or straight arm, lengthen and twist. I'm going to use my back fingertips to help dial the spine. All right, after 5 breaths, return to center and take your counter stretch, opening up to the right. And then coming back to staff pose. Now we're going to come down and finish off our stretches on our back. So the first stretch that I'm going to be doing when I get down onto my mat, it's called the windshield washer. So just to demonstrate that before I go down, the knees are just going to drop side to side. It's a really nice low back, hip. Okay, so make sure you're comfortable once you get down there. Feet are the width of the mat. We'll drop the 2 knees over to the right side, pushing the left knee forward, squeezing the left glute to open up the left hip flexor. Inhale the knees up to the sky. Exhale over to the left. Lead with the right knee. Okay, now continue with the windshield washer. As the knees drop over to the right, turn your head and look to the left. Continue, knees up, move with the breath. Exhale, drop the knees. Let's do 3 more. Taking your time, matching the movement as always with the breath. Okay, 2 more. And your final set. So once you've completed that, we'll take the right knee into the shoulder, take the left leg long. And then switch over, left knee to shoulder, right leg long. Let's try a second set like that. This time, hover the straight leg off the floor, flex the foot, activate that leg. So we're opening up the hip flexor on that straight leg and lengthening through the ham. Okay, good. Okay, bring both knees into the shoulders. Flex the feet and bring them skyward. So we're now transitioning into candlestick pose or legs up against the wall. So if you have a wall handy, it's a little bit more relaxing. Up and over. So use legs literally up against the wall. Very relaxing here. Just letting the feet drain. Just suspend the legs. All right, so this is your option to actually use the support. Whatever the body needs. If it's too excited, this will calm you down. If you're really feeling low energy, this position will pick you up, increasing your energy. So let's come back now to the mat. Recenter yourself on your mat. Pick your head up and set it down. Now tucking the tail under, flatten out the sacrum. We're going to inhale, lift up. And we're going to exhale, lower down into the shoulder bridge pose. Let's do 2 more. Nice massaging of the spine and tractioning of the spine. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, lower down. Nice and slow, trying to move through upper back, mid back, low back. Now we'll do a 2-part bridge pose now. The first part is to inhale the arms up and over, keeping the sacrum flat. Second part is to exhale, lift, putting a lot more weight into the shoulders. Then inhale the arms back to the side and press into the palms and the forearms to lift up that little bit of extra bit, and then exhale, lower down. So that's the 2-breath cycle bridge pose. And we'll do 2 more of those. Lengthen the arms up and over the head on your inhale. Exhale, push in, drawing the heels of the feet inward towards the shoulders. Bring the arms back on the inhale. Exhale, section by section, vertebrae by vertebrae, ride it to the bottom. 1 more time like this. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slowly, low back, mid back, upper back. Inhale the arms and then press up into the arms. Lift out that last squeeze of the glutes. Lower down. Okay, excellent. Okay, let's bring the 2 knees down into the shoulders. And we'll draw circles with the knees around the hips. So a final massage for the hips here. And go in the other direction. Okay, good. Now take the legs wide and reach the arms for the shins and draw the knees downward towards the shoulders. If it's accessible to you, just bring the hands up a little higher to the outside edges of the feet. We're going to play a little tug of war here. On the exhale, we'll draw the knees down. On the inhale, we'll push the feet back into the hands. Exhale, draw the knees down. Inhale the legs up. Let's do 2 more like this. A little 2-way resistance. And then the final one. Let's bring the 2 feet together and let the feet lower down to your mat. The knees splay out wide into your butterfly. Then pick up the chest, walk the shoulder blades down towards the hips, and broaden your back. Take the hands to the side with palms facing up and elbows bent. So into reclining Buddha. Just 1 more step to our final resting posture, Shavasana. So we'll take that final step by taking the right leg, letting it go to the corner of the right mat, the left leg to the corner of the left. We'll take a final breath or 2 here. Exhale. Inhale. Now squeeze the glutes as tight as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then release. Release into Shavasana. Shut down the eyes. Shut down the controlled breathing. Free the breath. Let the body go limp. You can scan the body. Soften the jaw. Soften the brow crease. Soften shoulders. The hips. Through the legs, right down to the calf. So releasing and surrendering the body to the earth, stilling the mind, releasing thoughts. If they come up, just let them drift away. Going into your deep rest here to reset, rejuvenate, and just to integrate all the final stretches we've done. Okay, let's bring the two legs together and the arms up and over the head. Lengthen the spine here, reaching the fingertips as far away as you can from the toes. As the toes point, reach, 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 reach. With your next exhale breath, just let the hands fall back to the side and walk the feet in towards your seat. Then wrap your arms around your shins, draw the knees into the chest. Then peel the head and shoulders off the floor as you bring your knee to nose. And then we'll just come up into an easy cross-legged pose here. Any way that you want to make your way up into this final position. Thumbs to the heart. And then bring the thumbs to the forehead center. Let's conclude the practice by setting a positive intention, something that you want to see yourself cultivating more of, whether it be gratitude or some other positive intention. We're going to take a big breath in, inhale, and the exhale will bow forward as we press into the space. All right, namaste. Thank you for allowing me to guide you through some really functional stretches that you can do for yourself.